was a time in my life where I was struggling so bad with my mental health, and I wish I had something like this just to give me a pinhole of light to know that I was going to be okay. I'm going to give that to you because I needed it. So let's jump right in. During my darkest seasons of my life, what I will tell you is I was having the worst panic attacks you could imagine. I was lying in bed for 8 hours convulsing. There was times I had to go to the emergency room because I thought I wasn't going to make it. I have passed out at restaurants thinking I was taking my last breaths without saying goodbye to my mother. I was hearing the sounds of angels that were getting ready to bring me out of this world. And these panic attacks had me feeling so alone, so stuck, that I felt that there was no way ever of getting out of this. Not only was there panic attacks, then there was anxiety. I was diagnosed with major depression, panic disorder, generalized anxiety, health anxiety, agoraphobia, and the list just goes on. Maybe you have felt scared, and maybe you feel scared right now. Maybe that's why you are here. But let me tell you what, sitting where I'm sitting now, there is absolutely hope to not feel that way anymore. But first, before we even get there was lies. Not only was I telling myself, but others were telling me, and I was believing. First was that anxiety is me being broken, that I am different than what normal is. No, I am not anxiety. I do not have anxiety. You do not have anxiety. We are experiencing anxious feelings. When we say this is my anxiety, we take ownership of that. We say this is ours and I am protecting it. That's letting our subconscious mind know that anxiety is our personality and it's ours to keep forever. Anxiety is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean you're broken. Everybody has anxiety. It's designed to protect us, but it's not designed to be running 24 hours a day. So if you have anxiety, you are not broken. You're experiencing anxious feelings. You don't have anxiety. One thing that the anxiety was telling me was that nobody understands. And when nobody understands me, you feel alone, you feel scared, you feel like this is just going to be you forever. What I learned on this journey was actually that feeling of nobody understands, almost everybody feels. So everyone does understand the feeling of nobody understanding. It just feels so unique to us because we feel scared, we feel alone, we feel anxious, we have panic attacks, we have depression. So we feel like we are isolating ourselves and our mental health is isolating us. But so many people understand that feeling of not being alone. It's just we all feel that together. It's crazy to think that way, but that's exactly how it works. The overwhelming feeling of this will never end is why I wanted to make this video. It's because if you feel this will never end, there is no hope, all you see is success stories from other people, but not being able to relate to it, you just need that hope. You just need to see that, peek behind the curtains and understand that somebody like you has gone through these things, has been sitting in the chair or lying in the bed that you're lying in, and was praying for hope too. Praying that I wasn't going to be broken forever. And I need you to know that I didn't think I was going to get here. I didn't think this is how I was going to be feeling. I didn't think I'd ever be in a position to be a certified integrative mental health coach, consultant. If you would have told me I'd be on stage speaking to hundreds and thousands of people about mental health and anxiety and all of this stuff, lying in that bed, I would never have believed it. So I feel a part of my responsibility now is to inspire your version of my story. You're going to get there. It might not feel like it right now, but this will end. You will get better. You will find the trail of treats along the way that are going to inch by inch get you closer to that door opening and you walking out. It's just one step at a time. And I know sometimes those steps are painfully slow. But you, my friend, are going to get there, because if I hate when people say this, but I'm going to be the person to say it. If I could get there in where my head and mind was, I know you can get there. What was the turning point? I realized that I wasn't broken. I was incredibly overwhelmed. My nervous system was absolutely cooked. And when I say cooked, I mean, you hear about people living in the state of fight or flight, fawn and freeze, all of these things. I didn't come in and out of it. I stayed in a constant state of nervous system paralysis. I was always on high alert, searching for threats. And if I couldn't find threats, I would keep looking for them, and I would find them. What I had to do is learn that the things that I felt like were happening around me weren't actually the problems. The problem was coming from inside. The call was coming from inside the house. I had to focus on how I could best regulate my nervous system. That doesn't mean solving all of the problems around me will then cure my nervous system. I had to start from the inside of, what does calming my nervous system look like? Because everything then around me will become more calm, will become more manageable. That was the greatest lesson I have learned, is the call is coming from inside the house. It's not from out here. Solving all of the problems around you aren't going to fix your nervous system. Fixing your nervous, quote unquote, fixing your nervous system starts with relaxing your body, regulating your breath, quieting your mind. And I know those things can sound impossible right now. Trust me. But step by step. Moments of clarity don't come all at once. Like it's this euphoric breakthrough, this epiphany, this whatever, this ascension. It's not like that. At least it wasn't for me. It was small steps to run this marathon. I wasn't running a marathon. I was crawling the marathon. And it started with nervous system, and honestly, it started with my self-talk. But we'll get there. We talked about how small steps actually matter. Don't underestimate the power of connection. There's this thing I do. I don't know if you're the same way. When I feel this way, when I go through, full disclosure, I just was laid up for 3 days for a depressive episode. I couldn't do the things, right? I just couldn't. And what I've learned through all of these years of getting through those moments is connection, community, support. And you may be watching this and thinking, that sounds great. I wish I had that. We need to work, whether it be on the internet, whether it be in real life, whether it be on the phone, whatever it might be, is surrounding ourselves with even one person, one place that supports us. Because when we're able to grow in that community, feel supported, feel understood, feel heard, and feel safe, you start to realize you are not broken. Many other people feel the same thing, or at least similar things as you do. And you start to see their success stories. You start to see them celebrating their wins. It starts to give you that pinhole of hope that you can do that too. It starts with that pinhole of hope. Only like, I wish I could do that, to maybe I could do that. Maybe I can have those wins. So don't underestimate talking about what you're working through, whether it be on an online forum, whether it be in therapy, whether it be counseling or a certified mental health professional. Surround yourself with people, places, things, and thinking that are going to help you get to where you wish and pray to be. When we look at what helped me, I talked a little bit about it, but breathing and grounding during my panic was huge. Breathing techniques such as box breathing, and that's simply, think of it 4 by 4 by 4 by 4. Just remember the number 4. You're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. What I do is I learn that repeating that about 5 to 7 times helps me regulate my breath. Another thing I noticed is that on the last hold, after you breathe out and you hold, I can see how dysregulated my nervous system is, because that last hold is pretty difficult. And then I notice by maybe round 4, 6, I'm able to do it. I'm able to hold that last hold much better, which shows me as a very tangible and recognizable sign that I'm getting better. Now know this, that grounding and that breathing, it doesn't work instantly. It's going to take, if you're sitting at like an 8, level 8 of anxiety or panic, it's going to take you to like a 7.5 to a 7, and then gradually work your way down. It takes practice, it takes time, but like everything in this, time and practice consistently. The consistency of showing up and doing this, even when it feels like it doesn't work, is you showing yourself you can consistently show up and change. Something else that really helped me was movement. It helped me remove that stuck energy. What I like to think of anxiety is, since everything in this world is either energy, frequency, or vibrations, or all three, think of your anxiety as pent up energy. If you don't have your body moving around, where is that energy going to go? It's going to manifest itself into thinking and thoughts, and it's going to start going and going. And you don't have anywhere to expel it. Well, soon what that's going to do is move into the body, and you're going to feel, for me, my anxiety and my panic show up as maybe a racing heart, numb limbs. My arms and my legs will go numb. The back of my head and my face will start to go numb. I'll tingle. I'll start sweating, or I'll get real cold. If that energy didn't have anywhere to go, it's just building and building and building. So what helped me was creating a movement routine that worked for me. And when I say a movement routine, I started at walking for 10 minutes 3 times a week. And now I've gradually worked my way up to different things and longer numbers and running and stuff like that. But find a small place and a place that you can show up consistently to just start training your mind and your body to, 1, that you show up for you, and 2, that you would give that anxiety, that energy, that pent up emotion a place to release itself. By checking in and asking your body, what is it telling me? Check in with your body. Listen to your body. So many of us are stuck in our mind that we just see thoughts, hear thoughts, think thoughts, that we ignore our body completely. Your body is telling you so much. Listen to it. Maybe it's telling you we need rest. Maybe it's telling you we need to go for a walk. Most of the time, we don't understand the language of what our body is telling us. We've been thinking it means one thing for our whole life, but really it's meant something else, because we've been told that's what it means to somebody else in somebody else's body. You have to start getting to know you, just like I had to start getting to know me. So that's what I want to empower you to do, is don't do the things that I do and think that they will work for you. I empower you to do things and check in with your body to see if it resonates with you and what your body and your mind respond with. This might be a hard pill to swallow. Your progress isn't linear. It's not going to be, I did this 4 times this week, I get X results. I've learned one thing. The power isn't in the length, the time, the activity. It's in the consistency of showing up. And it will show up in ways that I couldn't even have imagined. From not being able to leave my apartment to go run to a grocery store or go for a walk outside, to having panic attacks at restaurants, to now speaking in front of hundreds and thousands of people. If you would have told me that, hey, if you do this 4 times each week, yada, 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 you're going to get there, it would never have made sense to me. And then if you would have told me, if you walk 3 times a week for 10 minutes a day, you'll be able to do that, that wouldn't have made sense to me. It wasn't linear. It wasn't a straight line to get there. It was learning. It was being an artist and creating new things for myself and helping others and learning things that work for me, listening to my body. That's what I want to empower you to do. If you take anything from this video, I want you to take this. Check in with your mind, check in with your body, and just listen and observe it. That's all you have to do. And it's going to tell you what it requires and what it needs. And then our job together is to start finding out what works for you. Some lessons for us. Remember this. You're not broken. You're human. We're all human beings having a human experience. These emotions, these feelings, these thoughts, it's part of the human experience. You're not broken. You're doing the best you can with what you're going through. You're not broken. You're not alone. We're all somebody like you. That's why my name on social media and everything is somebody like you, because I may be a certified mental health professional. I may help people with their mental health, but that's only because I am somebody like you. I can still go through and have gone through the things that we all go through. It's a place for us to go through this together. I'm no different. I'm not better. I'm not worse. I am you. You are me. And I know if you live with depression or anxiety, something you might think is you're not worth the work and you're not worth the outcomes. You're worth everything. Even when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling sad, upset, grief, you're worth all of the love, all of the health, all of the wealth, all the abundance in this world. What you're feeling isn't a representation of what you're worth. You are worth everything, no matter what. So if you don't feel that way right now, remember that's a feeling. That's not a fact. We know we're worth it. We know we're worth it all. Small steps run marathons. Crawling, you can finish a marathon. So remember, one small step. One small step. Sorry. Remember, that's all it is one step at a time. Some days you'll take multiple steps. Some days you'll only have room for maybe a 1/4 inch of movement. That's all that matters. Small steps are going to get us there. Consistent small steps. 3 days a week, 10 minutes a day walking. Changed everything for me. And if you're looking for a place, and we mentioned about that community, join the Somebody Like You crew. I have a place that I provide mental health support for people like us, for people that maybe don't feel comfortable with therapy, that don't have insurance, that want to continue and surround themselves with community and support, help, have weekly calls. That's a place for you to go. That's a place for you to be and find those people, find that community. I'll link it down below so you can find it and check it out for yourself, because community is a place where we all benefit by being surrounded by people that are on a similar trajectory, a similar path, and want to become the best and most aligned versions of themselves as they can. And that is something that I think is so underrated, is surrounding yourself with people that are just in the same mindset as you. I hope my darkest season was be able to provide a little bit of insight during your dark seasons, or somebody you love's dark seasons. Because if I knew those things and I had a little bit of hope, it would have been a whole lot easier. It may not have been easy, but it would have been easier than what I went through. So what I'm hoping for you is you can take from me what I learned and my words, adapt them to your story, and remember, you're worth all of the love, all of the health, all of the wealth, all of the abundance. No matter how you feel right now, you are worth it all. I'm just somebody like you. I hope to see you in the community, because we're all just somebody like you. And I'm always going to be sending you love. Take care. I'll see you on the next video.